is Joseph P. Furnish. I am declaring my candidacy for President of the United States. My fellow citizens, my name is Joseph P. Furmish, candidate for President of the United States for 2024. I'm sharing with you this evening on the night before a special Thanksgiving this year for me and my family, and certainly for those I care about and am counting upon for supporting this unique candidacy for the next presidency of this great nation. I wish to share with you some history that is not largely known about my career, and the reason why, indeed, I am an extremely qualified candidate, and indeed I believe needed at this time to serve our nation and the world. I have been engaged and involved in creating advanced software systems at the operating system level for my entire life. From approximately the age of, indeed, 12 years old, I have been focused, at least 50 to 70% of every professional waking moment, on building the kinds of software systems that run our modern economy, starting at 14 years old when I started building accounting software for a family business. So P&Ls, balance sheets, and making ends meet have been a part of my life since the earliest memories as a young teenager. As my career evolved, by age 22, my first company, Sirius, became known as Atware. I named it that just before it was acquired for quite a bit of money by the world's largest network software company, Novell, which had just purchased the operating system that runs today's internet from DARPA, the Defense Department's Advanced Research Projects Agency. The internet operating system was purchased by Novell just before it purchased my company to build apps, before they were called apps. And then the Department of Defense licensed my software and has used it ever since to help run major systems such as the fleet that protect our nation's interests across the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans around the world, and many other departments of our government. After that experience at Novell, in 1995, I founded what became the world's largest internet consulting company, US Web. And US Web Corporation came to build over 50% of the first internet commerce systems for the Fortune 100 worldwide. US Web, which then became US Web CKS with the last of 36 acquisitions on my watch, companies that we aggregated together to build one amazing enterprise, US Web. And by 1998, we had over 3,000 expert engineers and digital artists in 10 plus nations, pulling in over $2 million a day, helping companies, small and large, build their first internet systems for external commerce and marketing and internal operations. US Web indeed was the world's first global paperless company, integrating 40, I believe, insurance companies, health insurance companies, and across international borders. And oh my goodness, so many innovations were created by my fine teams in over 50 offices. In the process of overseeing all of these projects for so many different companies, I came to learn a lot about the future of our economy. And as the company went public in '97, I became extremely familiar with the inner workings of Wall Street and the incredible power and efficacy and talent that the securities professionals in investment banks, all the majors we worked for, Merrill Lynch, JP Morgan, just you name them, we worked for them. And it was a great privilege to learn so many new aspects of the details of how the systems operate throughout banking, investment, securities management, all the way from simple dividends to hedge funds with extremely complex code operating their financial platforms. One of the things that gravely concerned me was that the accounting systems that are programmed into our companies, large and small, in the internet economy, are increasingly programmed to grow revenue for growth's sake alone, as a simple set of numbers, not meaningful in terms of their consequences for such growth. And so the disconnect between the growth of revenue and the footprint that it costs in our biosphere and how much the machine consumes became a great concern to me. Indeed, I consider the internet economy as the world's largest machine. And it has different heads, if you will, cybernetic heads called Coca-Cola, or General Motors, or Sony, or Linda's Candle Shop in Topeka, Kansas, if there is one. That's how integrated the internet economy is. And as a father of that robotic machine, I have been dedicating the last quarter century of my career to help evolve it in ways that will help us heal both our wallets and our environment while it scales and grows properly. And so over the next several months, as my campaign for president rolls out, you're going to see the unveiling of the next generation internet economy operating system that we've been laboring on all these many years, over 20 years. And as you see it and learn how it works, what we're going to be revealing is how we can modify just ever so gently certain parameters in P&L and balance sheet accounting systems and software systems called enterprise resource planning, ERP systems made by companies like Oracle, and all the way down to daily accounting packages like QuickBooks. And by introducing new additional metrics voluntarily into the P&Ls and balance sheets that companies report in their financials, well, guess what we can do? We can program the robotic economy to do what we want it to do for us, rather than what it wants us to do for it, IT. Internet technology needs some evolutionary programming, and as a programmer and father-in-chief of some aspects of that, that's one of the things that I've devoted my career to since 1998. The other, of course, is advanced physics, to make these robots that carry us here and there and take us to Mars move faster and cleaner, and also to clean up the electricity grid so that our biosphere can clear the air and restore wondrous life to the lands and the oceans of this beautiful planet. I wanted to share these thoughts with you so that you understand that the economic agenda that I'm bringing to the next administration, if I'm so fortunate to obtain your support, will be an expansionistic economic vision that takes fullest advantage of the powers of the internet for internet capitalism done right. And with these adjustments to fundamental accounting rules and standards, basic adjustments to GAAP, we can include qualitative metrics like reduce plastic consumption, like cleanse the air, because we can measure these things now and formally include them in the valuation metrics and performance bonuses and payroll of the people employed. With less concern about the top line impact, especially if we move the dividend line up to an operating expense to guarantee that capital interests have their profitability as enshrined as the operating expenses for engineering, marketing, and sales. These are some interesting ideas that I will be rolling out for the evolution of a new type of company called a limited liability organization that melds the best of internet capitalism and the best of a values-oriented economy. And oh, by the way, in this type of economic operating system, we are going to be able to tackle inflation to the ground in my first term. So with those thoughts, I thank you for your attention to this brief video message, and I will be opening this discussion much wider in the days, weeks, and months to come. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. May God bless you, your families, and may God bless the United States of America.